2-2 East Lawerence versus 0-4 Columbia at Alabama A&M University. Both scoring early in the first quarter. The stage is set for Columbia to break history. Hakeem Dunnigan bounces to the outside, but finally shoved out inside East Lawerence territory. Snap, Hakeem takes it himself, goes around the outside, and is tackled again, this time for another first down. Tyson Reeves looking for somebody, nobody open. He takes it himself and shoulders a man out of bounds, but that will end the drive. East Lawerence stalls out themselves as Columbia gets a stop. Tackle for loss ends the drive. Tyson Reeves keeps it himself, fake handoff, and he is rolling. The senior won't be stopped. Celebrating early, he'll get a flag, but they'll score anyways. Columbia is up 12-6. Later on in the first half, of course, Columbia loving it all. This is their first lead of the season. They get a stop there and kills the East Lawerence drive. Later on, East Lawerence has to punt. It goes straight up in the air with no distance almost at all. It takes an East Lawerence bounce. Columbia will have it close to their own 40. And East Lawerence makes a tackle in the backfield, but it does not seem to affect Columbia as they drive down the field. The ball in the air, caught for a first down with a flag. Columbia moving the sticks steadily. They get a jump off sides. They go 5 yards more. Hakeem Dunnigan takes it himself around the outside and in for the touchdown. Columbia up 2 scores. The Eagle loving it, and it seems like everybody across the country is loving it except for the teams that have to play Columbia. East Lawerence hands the ball off, and they get dropped again, killing the East Lawerence drive. Yet again, East Lawerence failing to move the ball. Columbia has to hand the ball off. Hakeem Dunnigan bouncing to the outside, and a very nasty tackle. The whistle should have been blown early there. East Lawerence jumps off sides. But they don't have to worry too much about that as they try to move the ball here. A prayer in the air. It's caught, but the ball seems to be ripped away. An early whistle. The ref bails him out. East Lawerence lucky to have this one called a catch, because if this play would have continued, it would have been Columbia ball. East Lawerence drives in and scores. So they finally chip away at the Columbia lead, trying to mount a comeback. And he's in for 2. 14 points scored for East Lawerence. Columbia to kick it off to begin the second half. East Lawerence drops the return, tries to pick it up, is going to run with it, and will be dropped back at near their own 20-yard line. East Lawerence will hand the ball off, and a huge run play, a gash against Columbia. East Lawerence finds the ball but gets tackled early. I think that's behind the sticks. No matter, the East Lawerence drive continues. Design quarterback run, and it seems like a missed face mask call on Columbia. But in the meantime, it seems like East Lawerence struggles to move the ball. Here they are again on second down. They go to the air, ball's in the air, and it is picked off. Returning it all the way is Will, and he is finally brought down. A lot of missed tackles there, and Columbia has a key takeaway in the ball game, giving the team life. They hand the ball off, struggle, the ball hits the ground. Hakeem Dunnigan runs backwards, switches field, gets a block, and a flag is thrown, but he goes all the way for a touchdown. The touchdown gets called back for an apparent holding, but here it just seems like the blocker just fell down on the play. He still had a chance at getting to the ball carrier. That pushes Columbia back, but a fumbled snap and recovered into the end zone by East Lawerence. Columbia gifts them a touchdown and the lead at 20-18 in the third. East Lawerence to kick off, and it barely goes anywhere. So Columbia sets up shop with decent field position. But another snap way past QB. Missed the kick, trying to kick it out of bounds. Their only hope is that the ball goes out of bounds, and it does. A waste of a drive for Columbia as they stop East Lawerence on the run there. Of course, Columbia takes the ball over. A fumbled snap yet again. It goes to the goal line and into the end zone, and it is recovered by East Lawerence. Yet another gifted touchdown. They go for two. They pitch it away, and they're in. East Lawerence scores yet again, making it 28-18 late in the third. Tyson Reeves takes it himself, running around the corner, gets good blocks, no flag, and he takes it to the crib. Touchdown, Eagles. Cutting back into the lead, trying to stage a comeback. Of course, everybody in the country is liking it again, except for the people they're trying to play. 28-24 here in the fourth, and Columbia stops East Lawerence again. The offense not doing much for East Lawerence. Tyson Reeves scrambling and is dropped, inevitably ending their drive. Now it's time for the defense of Columbia to do something to make a stop, and East Lawerence runs around the corner and is tackled for a loss. Columbia gets the ball. Hakeem Dunnigan trying to find an open lane, and yet again a penalty for blocking cost Columbia a touchdown. Tyson Reeves, ball in the air, and it's intercepted, sealing the deal and ending the game. East Lawerence wins 28-24. My thoughts on this game, I feel like Columbia was the better team, the more talented team. It just so happens that East Lawerence got the better calls. There was a lot of rough calls and officiating in this game, but nonetheless, here's what they have to say on the Never Kick broadcast.
You hate to see that. It's one of those things. I know it's painful for the kids because they feel like they're so close to getting that victory, and it is frustrating. And that's one of those things as a coach that it's having to teach life lessons for kids, and it's very tough for their teenage kids. So remember to give people some grace as they go through these things, because it's not an easy thing to deal with. So as we wrap this up, again, you see kind of how it went down. It's a sad thing for Columbia to have to lose. Again, I'm glad East Lawerence won, but I'm also feel for the kids from Columbia and hope that they get the win coming up soon. But again, for East Lawerence, we still need to find something offensively because we are still struggling on the offensive end of the side of the field. Also, learning to wrap up instead of trying to knock people out. That's going to be a big thing too. That's caused us some issues also. So, but a win's a win is a win, and we'll take it. 28-24, East Lawerence comes home with a victory. Wish Columbia well the rest of the season. Hopefully they will get that win, take it out on Decatur. Thank you all for joining me. I thank you for bearing with me in my echo chamber. And thank you for all the people that came on to listen. Again, final score, East Lawerence 28, Columbia 24. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
And a long streak today. Could Columbia do that? A 95-game losing streak. Sammy Coates and company looking to finally end it against East Lawerence at Louis Crews Stadium. Look at this opening kickoff. Hakeem Dunnigan can't get a grip on the football. He finally does, and now the senior makes a statement, taking it all the way back for an improbable long touchdown return. But East Lawerence had a quick response. It's the 8th grader Tyler Young, and the youngster doesn't even have to put it in high gear to tie this game up. And Coach Coates looking on his play sheet, hoping there's something on there that can get his guys back in front in the ball game. And hey, it looks like he found something on there. Tyson Reeves fakes the handoff to Hakeem and then escapes the pressure, finds himself some open space. Nobody going to stop him in the foot race. The senior celebrates a little early, doesn't matter, still in for 6 as the Eagles retake the lead. But the losing streak would not end tonight. Very, very close, but it's now at 96 games as East Lawerence wins 28-24.